everyone, welcome back to another Supernatural review, and this is season 8 episode 2, What's Up Tiger Mommy, or something like that. If you're new here, I do a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. This episode, I feel like I'm gonna put it as okay, because at some points it's not that strong and other points it's stronger, so part of me was like, do I put this on the bad list, do I put this on the bad list? But then I kind of kept it off the bad list because of the whole bidding auction scene. But I will get back to that in a second. First off, this episode, the last episode was all about Kevin, and then this episode's all about Kevin's mom, kind of, which is interesting because, you know, last time we saw Kevin's mom, I thought they killed Kevin's mom. And like, I'm not 100% sure because I am pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure they killed Kevin's mom. And despite even if they didn't kill Kevin's mom, it was a different actress. And I feel like obviously like they killed, you know, if I'm right, if they killed Kevin's mom, then they weren't planning of like using Kevin's mom in the future. But then this season, they're like, we want to have an episode with his mom. We want to do it. And so they kind of, you know, sometimes movies less, but I feel like with TV, once in a while you'll see that where they replace a character because they weren't expecting a character to be as big, whatever it might be. So we've seen that before, but the whole thing of killing it, like they're pretending that didn't happen when I'm pretty sure it did, but I'm not going to go back and check. So if you know firsthand, if you know 100% that that Kevin's mom died in last season, like comment below. I clearly want to do something with Kevin's mom, which we'll get more into later. But they kind of wrote Kevin's mom in a certain way where she didn't feel like a tiger mom. Like, I have a tiger mom, and definitely like if you want more of a tiger mom, like she was not a tiger mom, and they kind of wrote her as like kind of like a badass woman who's like, I've had a tattoo before. Like, they're trying to make it humorous, which I'm like, that's the thing, is like, I'm not sure if it works. Like, I'm not sure like it was necessary. And the fact that they like made it so Kevin's mom didn't die, hired a different actress, like they wanted to do something with Kevin's mom that I feel like we didn't get this episode. And if they thought we got it this episode, like you did not get it. Like, I don't know if in a future episode, like if she becomes bigger and like something happens, like I can't really recall. I feel like we do see her in the future, but I can't really pinpoint it. And so to have like her be the reason they lose Kevin is like not strong enough reason. So like, not exactly sure like why. I feel like one person came up with this idea and then was able to persuade everyone else, but I'm not exactly sure why they went with this idea. Like, I feel like they could have gone another way. I don't think it adds something different. I don't think it was necessary. Like, I'm just kind of confused. And I feel like every season the episodes become more and more serialized, and obviously like the first episode of a season is usually very serialized, like it usually is. And sometimes it's the second episode. I feel like this episode obviously was a little bit more episodic than last episode, but it still feels like super serialized. You need to know who Kevin is, you need to know who Crowley is, you gotta know a lot of these things, and it's not like a case, it's not like a hunt. But I feel like the scene when they're at the auction and they're bidding different things, like that actually was like a good scene and like made me like feel less bad about all these other elements in the episode. And then like Crowley possessing the mom, like also like the whole thing with the tattoo, it's like so much, that is so much to then like possess the mom. Like, it feels like a lot. Like, it feels like, yes, the puzzle technically fits, but does it fit nicely? Like, that's how I feel about a lot of these things, and Kevin's mom too. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to do more with Kevin this season. Well, I guess like I understand like it's like the whole reading of these tablets are the overarching thing of the season. I think that's what it is, and they kind of already said that in the first 2 episodes. Like, that's what it's going to be, is trying to close the gates of hell, which actually in the end they make heaven fall. But I'm trying to forget. I forget if the end of this finale they think that's what they're doing. But it's kind of crazy that like, you know, so early on in the season like what the overarching thing of the season is. Like, I feel like last season we kind of knew it was Leviathans, and you had this thing where you're like, okay, I know this is the overarching thing of the season, but you don't really know the end goal, which is to like kill those Leviathans and what the Leviathans were thinking. And we didn't know how to kill the Leviathans, and we didn't really know how they operate. It kind of feels like right away, like, we kind of know what the goal at the end of the season is. Like, it's not just like something small, and it feels like, wow, we're already in it. And I just like kind of want to see like just regular episodes. And also, we kind of just jumped over everything that happened the episode before. You know, if it's being as theorized it is, like, why are we not talking more about, oh my god, this is something that the episode had too, and it had Dean having flashbacks to purgatory. Okay, that was there for a second. I thought it wasn't there, so I guess it had a little bit of that where it was like flashbacks, and I felt that was also a little bit stronger because it was not flashbacks of both of them. And I was kind of critical in my last video, if you watch, because they had flashbacks of both of them, and I feel like it didn't make sense to have flashbacks of both of them. I wonder in not the next episode, but in a couple more episodes in the future, we'll see that with Sam where he just has flashbacks. But yeah, I feel like Sam and Dean didn't really talk about things that happened last episode, but I do feel like we see Dean affected by it. So there was like some iconic lines that were in this episode and kind of scenes that I always like see and like not exactly sure what episode it's from, and it's from this episode. So that's why I feel like this episode has like a balance of like, I'm not really sure why they did this, and it's not that strong, and I feel like they couldn't do it, to like, okay, this scene's actually good, these things are actually good. So I feel like it has a balance, and that's why it's okay. And so sometimes episodes feel okay because it just like feels okay, and sometimes episodes are okay because it has a balance of the bad and the good, and so you can't say it's one or the other. So sometimes it's whatever. I guess we'll see. I feel like this episode is not feeling strong yet, but it's only the first 2 episodes, and again, like kind of like the last season, like I forgot a lot of the episodes that happened this season. Like I'm not exactly sure what happens. So I guess we'll see. But I'm gonna end it here. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.